classification test that we are using for our unknown to determine if the unknown is unsaturated hydrocarbon, like alkene or alkyne, is use of the bromine in methylene chloride or carbon tetrachloride. Bromine is the reagent actually. It's test for unsaturation. So the only two unknown that we are worried about right now that we know is not ketone or aldehyde, and that was unknown 1 and unknown 4. So we are going to test both of them with the bromine. Based on the procedure, we are going to add 4 drops of the unknown. So this is the unknown 1. And based on the procedure again, adding 1 milliliter of either ethanol or carbon tetrachloride. I use the ethanol now. You could use carbon tetrachloride, so you have a choice based on what you have in the lab. Same thing for unknown 4. We are going to use 4 drops of the unknown and 1 milliliter of ethanol. Please pay attention, they all look alike. So we're just dissolving the unknown in 1 milliliter of the ethanol. Now we have our unknown 1 and 4. Going to test with bromine. Bromine has a brown color. So it's a dark yellow to brown color. If bromine reacts with our unknown, is going to, the brown color is going to disappear. Sometimes students, they add the bromine, they see no color change and they say, there is no color change. The color change actually is change in color of bromine. If this brown color disappears, that means there is a unsaturated bond. The compound is unsaturated. So this compound, this is the unknown 4. Try unknown 1 first. Unknown 1. I'm going to add 1 drop at a time and see if it disappears or not. So as I add the drop, so that I add the drop, it's going from the side, the color disappeared. So if I add more, I'm just adding more for you to see it. For me, just adding 1 drop is good enough. So you see the drop is added. See that as soon as the drop reaches down there, it disappears. So the color disappears. This disappearance, it's the positive test. Disappearance of the brown color is a positive test for unsaturation. So unknown 1 was positive test with bromine. And unknown 4, let's try the unknown 4. Unknown 4, this color did not disappear. So I add a drop and the color did not disappear. What it means that the solution that is not unsaturated. So our unknown 4 is not unsaturated. So basically, at this point, we have identity for, we know the functional group for unknown 1, which is like a positive test with the bromine in carbon tetrachloride, but we don't know about our unknown 4 yet. The other functional group test for the functional group or classification test is the test for steric nitrate. Steric ammonium nitrate with alcohol, it gives positive test, and also with phenol. Your unknown is not phenol because the introduction part of the experiment, it says you're not testing for phenol, but if it's alcohol, it will change color. Number 4, in a new test tube, unknown 4, like 4 drops of the, is asking for 1 milliliter in this case, of the unknown 4, and I'm going to add steric nitrate following the procedure. This is in the dropper bottle already. I'm going to just use it. A red color has formed This is a strong red color. Formation of red color, brown color, or green color, it shows that we have the alcohol functional group. So remember about the 2,4-dinitro test that I did with unknown 4 and precipitate did not form. This is the reason, because right now with acetic nitrate or acetic ammonium nitrate, it shows that we have alcohol. So there's really no need for me to do the heating up or wait long, even though I waited for 10 minutes and it's not precipitate yet. So we know that unknown 4, now it gives positive test with acetic ammonium nitrate. So the possible unknown, the possibility or possible unknowns that we had, it would have been carboxylic acid, amine, alcohol, alkene, which is unsaturated, and carboxylic acid, ketone, or aldehyde. Our unknown 5 and 6 gave precipitate with 2,4-dinitro. So those two unknown, it could be aldehyde or ketone. If the procedure asks, we have to do a new test. The new test could be toluene reagent. When you use the toluene reagent, with the toluene reagent, aldehyde would give silver mirror, but ketone does not react with toluene's reagent. So with the toluene's reagent, we have to make the reagent first, and then we add the unknown in order to find out if it's aldehyde or if it's ketone. Toluene's reagent, we are going to make the toluene's reagent first. I'm going to make the toluene's reagent in one test tube, and then divide in half. So I would use for both unknown 5 and unknown 6. These are the unknowns that previously have shown that they're either aldehyde or ketone. We don't want to do toluene's test on unknowns that we don't know if they are aldehyde or ketone. So 2,4-dinitro should always come before the toluene reagent. So I'm going to make it in one test tube and divide, as I said. I'm going to add about 4 milliliters of the silver nitrate. That's a lot of drops, but every milliliter is 20 drops. So I have about 4 milliliters of the silver nitrate. Going to add 2 drops of, this is for every 2 milliliter of silver nitrate. Based on the procedure, you're adding 1 drop of 10% sodium hydroxide. So I'm going to add 2 drops of sodium hydroxide here. Now, the 2 drops of sodium hydroxide, I get this muddy mixture. So it's the precipitate of the silver hydroxide. Now, adding enough of 2 molar ammonium hydroxide until it turns clear. As much as it takes, we're going to have to add enough until it turns clear. The solution should turn clear. Almost clear. Just maybe a couple more drops. The precipitate is almost gone. I have the toluene reagent. I'm going to divide it half. And use for 1 for each. To test you for unknown 5, I'm adding, because my unknown 5 is solid, I crush the solid so it can react fast. I'm adding, it says a match size, so it's just basically a very small amount of the sample, a match size. So I add the unknown 5, cut down to it. I'm going to mix it and leave it undisturbed for formation of the silver mirror. And I do the same for unknown 6. I'm going to add a drop of the unknown and wait for the formation of the silver mirror. Okay, since this reaction is kind of fast, the silver actually already formed. Going to leave it. That's the unknown 5. Unknown 5 showed no reaction. So that's how fast it was for the unknown 6. The silver mirror formed on the wall of the test tube. This is for unknown 6. So it was positive toluene test for unknown 6, and the silver mirror formed here. But I hope you can see the mirror, because it would be nice for you to see that it's shiny right here. Okay, that's the silver mirror. So we are not imagining as a silver mirror. And for unknown 5, there is no reaction. So if there is no reaction, then you can write the conclusion. And based on the evidence of the reaction, you could say your unknown, 6 unknowns now. 1 is alcohol, 1 is ketone, 1 is aldehyde, 1 is amine, 1 carboxylic acid, and 1 unsaturated alkene or alkyne, or anything that is like unsaturated hydrocarbon. So what your responsibility is to watch the recording, watch the video, record your observation carefully, make a table for each of the unknown and different solubility tests and the classification test, and come up with the conclusion and tell me which unknown is carboxylic acid, which one is amine, and which one is alcohol. And that is the end of this experiment. Please record your observations carefully and make a table. So organize it so you can identify each unknown, the functional group for each unknown. We cannot determine the name for any of this unknown, because determining the name of the unknown requires more physical property of the unknown, which we are going to do that in the next 2 experiments. This is just qualitative analysis to determine what is the functional group for this experiment. Thank you.